Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And shalom to the hopeful elect. This is Paya Allah from the GMS London camp, coming back at you again with another GMS news and prophecy. This is from the Mail Online. It reads, Black Friday mayhem. One shot outside Missouri Mall as brawls close Alabama shopping center after stores open their doors early, with experts predicting Americans will splash out 20 billion over the weekend. Okay, and as you know, or you may not know, we've entered Black Friday. So all these products all over the world over basically gone on sale. Okay. Um, um, yeah, see, that's the spirit. I didn't even mean to go to that, but shows you the world over. Black Friday chaos goes global. Topless feminist trashes Ukrainian sweet stores. Shoppers in Brazil and Greece join a frenzied struggle for bargains. So this is something of which I recall really goes back to America, right? Which is Babylon the Great spoke of in the Bible, right? And now this is something that they've basically allowed to infiltrate the world over, because America really, it tells you in the book of Revelations, the 17th chapter, about the well-favored harlot that sitteth upon the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, and that's America, all right. And the fact that the woman, which is the whore, America, sits on the beast, which is NATO and the EU, shows that she has great command and control over the whole earth. As it tells you, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, the Most High basically set up Daniel 4:17, I believe, that he set up the bases of men over the world. And when you go to Job, the book of Job, it tells you about who the base of men are, which is Esau, which today calls himself the so-called white man or Caucasian, all right? And Caucasian goes back to cave dweller, which is basically what happened to them when you read the book of Job 30, man, about how they were viler than the earth, all right? And a good account of that shows that that time is when you read Arthur Coaster's 13th Tribe. There's actually there's basically stories speaking of like the Khazarian Empire, and how foul they were, how dirty they were, and unkempt. The women ate gnats and gnats from their vagina and whatnot. Anyway, reading on, it says one person was shot outside a Missouri mall as hordes of shoppers fought each other for Black Friday deals. A brawl broke out in an Alabama mall, leaving medics to attend to an injured man as the store shut its doors. Stores across the U.S. opened their doors early to thousands of bargain hunters at 5 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. Shoppers have braved cold weather to stand in line, but others skip lines by dressing as store employees. So it shows you this is for them to, mind you, the economy is not once where it was, but these people, when it comes to so-called disposable income, looking for an frivolously spending on wants rather than needs, the people run to do so, and then prepare to dress up as store employees in order to get into the to get a bargain over their fellow man. Estimated 164 million people are planning to shop or considering shopping during Thanksgiving weekend. Of those considering shopping, a survey found that 32 million plan to shop on Thanksgiving Day. Black Friday will remain the busiest day with 115 million shoppers ascending on U.S. stores. The survey shows consumers said they will spend an average of $967 $13 this year, according to Prosper Insights and Analytics. Adobe Analytics projects between Thanksgiving Day And Cyber Monday sales will likely hit 19.7 billion dollar, 19.7 billion. All right. So I don't really want to read too tough into this article, but you gotta understand someone was shot for a bargain on some trainers, man, or a fitted cap and whatnot. And guess who's at it again? It's the tribes, man. So-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Birmingham, Alabama. So our people going crazy, especially over in America. You could see these people going buck wild for a bargain. And the point is, the reason why I'm doing this video is because this, all you gotta do is look at this. These people are in hunt of a want. All right, their desire is to fulfill a lust of wants. Now, this is even a good thing I kept my vest from Walmart when I quit. We live, baby. Black Friday shopping about to be lit. I'm skipping everybody. All right. And even people capitalize by selling all their Walmart vests. And you see, that's Jake. That was a nigga woman, a dunderhead nigga. But yeah, as I was saying, these people are chasing a want, a desire to feel a lust. That's a want. Now, you see all this madness that they're ensuing. The lions accused, the crazy look in their eyes. And what you gotta remember is that we're getting ready to head in the time of Jacob's trouble. 2018 is speedily approaching, and that's gonna be a time of great change, Lord willing, man, because we're getting closer and closer to that day. Throughout this year, we've had great leaps and bounds dealing with Sweden, made about 80% cashless. You had the free square market, I believe, over there in Wisconsin, that basically chipped 50 of their employees, and you had them getting chipped over in Sweden. But that being chipped in America shows you how close it is to the prophecy being fulfilled. Now you've had being spoke of with Olympic athletes having to take the RFID, being proposed that they should take the RFID chip to track and monitor whether they taking steroids, amongst many other news, okay, alluding to the prophecies written inside the Bible, being the key prophecies that we're waiting upon before our Lord and Savior returns is the RFID chip. Because after that, there's really those are the that's one of the key prophecies, the RFID chip, which is known as the mark of the beast, written in the book of Revelations, and also World War III, which is another key um, prophecy. That's why you have the assembling of nations over there in the Middle East, the Levant, because that's to fulfill Joel, the third chapter, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. And then we have the Lord returning in the midst of all that, okay, and basically taking out everyone. And that coincides with the time of Jacob's trouble, when the RFID chip comes out, and that's when, all bets are off, man. You know, you're gonna have to dip, we ain't, Lord willing, we ain't gonna be out there no more, man. I mean, we ain't gonna be out there. We ain't gonna be out there when that's going on. The message is fulfilled. But we're gonna be, Lord willing, we're gonna be get the fuck out of Dodge, man, and flee off to the wilderness or wherever we need to go to. The Lord, will guide our steps in that time. So that'll become to the Amos the eighth chapter, and the famine of hearing of the word. So they won't hear the word. And even you have things like the restriction of the internet. Okay, but the point being, I'm straying away from the point of this video. Is you see all these people, all right, and as I said, they're doing it to fulfill a want, a lust, all right. Now, what happens when they can't feed their bellies, man? If they're running out of their mind for a laptop, some a knockoff price on a jacket, some trainers, some frivolous things like that, what would become of them? What would the minds of the people be as if there's no food for them to eat? when their belly's been growling for a week straight, and they've had to do some things they never thought they would do, eat things they never thought they'd eat, dog food, all right, cat food, maybe food from the garbage, all right, gone off moldy food. That, that's gonna be a sore vexation on the people. So you can see from the look, the crazed look in their eyes, man, that when this time goes down, man, people are gonna be you're gonna find a new caliber of people. All right. So this is Second Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's another thing that's brewing up. You got the perfect catalyst for the time of Jacob's trouble sitting inside of the Oval Office right now, man. Sitting inside of the White House, being Donald J. Trump, all right? Which he is just the best fire starter for this carnage, this fire that's gonna ensue upon America, man. The Lord said, "What be I, if fire not be already kindled before, basically before He comes." So it's gonna get hot before the Lord appears. Okay, and Donald J. Trump is basically stirring up the race riots, the animosity amongst the people from the time for his inception of even being on a political run, because he was saying, a lot of rhetoric, that stirred up the emotions of, these crackers out here, so-called Edomites, and also that rubbed Jake and Latin Americans and minorities the wrong way, right? Being, 12 tribes of Israel the wrong way, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Um, said, for there shall be sedition among men invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Total carnage. People gonna be out here with their guns, all right. Let's address America first and foremost, which is Babylon the Great. They're gonna be out there shooting each other. It's gonna be like the movie The Road. Any post-apocalyptic movie where you see it's total carnage and it's lawlessness, even at World War X with Brad Pitt, you have people killing each other inside of the mall, man, inside of the pharmacy, trying to get different medication for their own survival, basically. So it says, a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able. Why shall he not be able? Because martial law is going to come into full effect. And we've seen certain, if you notice, you had the 1033 program over in America, which basically utilized the militarization of the police by giving all the artillery that the army personnel had that don't use no more, and basically giving it over to the police. And so now you had the police looking more like, instead of looking like, wearing their, having a sidearm and their uniform, now they're armed to the teeth with body armor, Kevlar and all that, with gas masks, a sidearm, a shotgun, submachine gun, sniper, rifle, armed vehicles, 4x4s. That's what they've been doing progressively. Even over here in London, the same thing. You have the CFTOs, I believe they are, which is the armed police. You see them now, like armed police I believe they used to have the red vehicle, red 4x4 BMW, but now they I believe they're riding around in any 4x4 you see is basically armed police inside of it, if my memory serves me correctly. Do you have the Special Police Task Force for Anti-Terrorism, which they drive around on like powerful motorcycles, all right, at least 1,000 cc, and they have them four firearms on them, and then they got a specific siren as well that distinguishes them from the other police. So they're doing this slowly but surely, and actually showing you that they're pulling out armed police for more petty, low level criminals like drug dealers, all right, unruly Jake. There's videos out there on the web of it's been in London or the UK. The armed police turning up for little drug dealers on the corners, selling their drugs basically. A man shall desire to go into the sea and shall not be able. So that martial law is surely gonna happen. Dealing with London, M25, man, you got the or basically is a ring road that surrounds, compasses the whole of London basically. You know, city of London, inner city London, and greater London. So even for you to get out of that, for them to clamp that down, all they got to do is lock it down by stationing police and armed personnel all around that road. Okay, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. For because of their pride. Now this is the time, man, of great pride, the greatest pride upon earth. You see these people out here, the pomp and their self belief that they are a power within themselves, just because of their job title or because of the money they have in their pocket or bank account. All right, that it said because of their pride, the cities are going to be troubled, and these cities are going to be heavily troubled, man, because these elites, according to the Georgia Guidestones over in America, Georgia, the first commandment is to get the population of the earth down to 500 million, all right, and it's presently, I believe it's gone to 8 billion people upon the earth, the population of the earth, and they say that that's in order to keep the earth in unison. And it shows you how much a devil Esau is, because there's more than enough space upon his earth for those people to dwell therein. But he wants to keep tabs on the people. That's the need for the RFID chip, the mark of the beast in the Bible, to keep tabs and to monetize everyone as their own slaves upon earth. All right, houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. So it shows you that men are going to be afraid. So what yet? These women, it says, rise ye women that are at ease. These women are at ease. This is a woman's world right now, the Western Hemisphere of things. Women will come from Arab land, any third, second world country where still they basically still utilize the man being a patriarchal society, and women come over here and they lose their mind within a few months of being here, and within at seeing all the things that are possible for them to do upon this earth, they bug out and go crazy, man, and they take heed to it. But this is gonna be the time of great reckoning, all right? All them women that did us a wrong, brothers, the Lord's gonna get them back. Yahweh Shem Yashai Ra'azah, man. Because this all the people in general, man, you come against the Lord's holy prophets, that's gonna be returned upon their head. We don't stop sending up curses, man. This place is wicked. So all we do is send up curses, man. Pray that the Lord terrors you before you die, man. Okay, it tells you, man, it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living power, and that's what this time is gonna be. That's what the time we're heading into. If you read Wisdom of Solomon, it tells you about how the apparitions terrored the people in Egypt, and we're today in modern Egypt, man. Revelations 11:8 tells you that the channeling that spirit. So the same judgment, what goes around comes around, man. There's no new thing under the sun. So the same things that happened back then in Egypt gonna happen on a higher magnitude, because it's gonna be a time like never before. Verse 19: A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. And they showed you that in the movie Contagion, when you had men ruffling through houses that they believed they had the cure to the disease, and they went up in there with their shotguns and blasted the whole family to smithereens, man, in hopes that they would find the cure and food for their belly as well. But shall destroy their houses with a sword. Okay, modern day sword being a firearm, even you might have niggas out there with a literal machete, sword, or whatever, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. So that's something to be mindful of with this all Black Friday madness going on. All right, that's something to be mindful of. All right, these people are bugging out, going crazy for a flat screen TV or a laptop or a desktop PC or even a MacBook, whatever electronic goods or possessions they would desire, man. But when you come to that time when you've been eating feces, or frying up feces with dust, mud cakes and whatnot, then we'll see how you're really gonna behave, man. Your true colors are gonna be shown in that day. So with that, man, I pray you're edified. Shalom.